If you have a brother or sister, you know that siblings can have very different personalities, even if they come from the same parents. Sometimes this can lead to conflict. Is that true in your house? Well, today's story is about Mary and Martha, two sisters who had very different ways of showing Jesus that they loved him. It gave Jesus an opportunity to teach them, and us, that there's only one thing worth being concerned about. And I'm going to tell you today on Bible Mom what that one thing is. Well, Jesus often visited the home of his friends Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. And since he traveled with a large group of people, it was probably a pretty big job to host him and his friends. On one occasion, Martha was busy in the kitchen preparing a huge meal. You see, she loved Jesus, and she felt that serving him was the best way to show it. Meanwhile, her sister Mary was sitting at Jesus' feet, listening to what he taught. Mary loved Jesus too, and she felt that listening to him was the best way to show it. Well, Martha got frustrated and came out of the kitchen, probably with flour all over her hands, and said to Jesus, "Lord, doesn't it seem unfair to you that my sister just sits here while I do all the work? Tell her to come and help me." But Jesus said to her, "My dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details, but there's only one thing worth being concerned about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken away from her." You might hear this story and think, Jesus must have loved Mary more than Martha. It sounds like Jesus didn't appreciate all the work Martha was doing for him. But I don't think that's the case. I think Jesus loved both of these sisters and appreciated both of them. But what he wanted to make sure of was that Martha not miss out on a really great thing. So what was the really great thing? What was the one thing that we're supposed to be concerned about? Mary had discovered it apparently. It was sitting at Jesus' feet and listening to him and talking to him. It was having a relationship with him. Jesus would rather you spend time with him than serve him. Does that surprise you? He wants you to know him the way you would know a really close friend. Was Martha's contribution of food and service important? Yes, but Jesus was saying that what Mary had chosen would not be taken away from her. In other words, when Martha had finished cooking, serving, and cleaning up the dishes, the event would be all over, and she'd be no different than she was beforehand. Probably just more tired. But what Mary had chosen, sitting at Jesus' feet and listening to him, would change her forever. She now had a closer relationship with Jesus, a better understanding of God, maybe even a better understanding of God's purpose for her life. Those are long-lasting benefits that could never be taken from her. In another part of the Bible, Jesus says that many people will stand before him at the end of their lives, and they will show the long list of good deeds and amazing acts that they had done on his behalf, expecting that those deeds will get them into heaven. But Jesus will say, "No, I never knew you." You see, to Jesus, it's very important that you know him. How do I do that, you may ask? Well, how do you get to know any new friend? You spend time with them, have fun with them, talk, share things with each other, maybe share secrets even. And over time, a close bond begins to form. And it's the same way with Jesus. You can talk to Jesus through prayer. You can listen to him by reading your Bible. You can get to know him more and more by spending time with him every day. And what you gain from that time spent with Jesus will never be taken away from you. So I hope you make time for him even today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.